حي على الفلاح.
They just got ripped out of their grave, and at that moment, that's when they realize, what did I make priority and what did I make not priority? That's Allah telling you and me that there were lots of times in my life when I had to choose Allah and not someone else. Not myself, not my feelings, not my greed, not somebody else's feelings, not somebody else's concerns, not my wants, not their wants. I had to pick what Allah wants first. But I picked something else. I made something else muqaddam. I picked someone else, or I picked something else, or I picked myself. Something else became more important. And you know what? No matter how much we tell ourselves that that's okay, that's us lying to ourselves. That's us fooling ourselves. The reality of it is, when Allah and His Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam tell us something, they ask us to do something. When they tell us something is wrong, when they tell us something is mandatory, you have to do it this way, you must never do it that way, then they're doing it because they care more for us. Allah cares and loves me more, and the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam wants more good for me than I could even want for myself. Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam would describe himself as somebody who is trying to take, moth and flies. When they see light, what do? They run into it. They run into a fire, and he's trying to push them away, right? People get those mosquito traps that are illuminated, and you hear a snap or an electric shock every time another one hits it, right? This is our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And people were like those bugs that are so drawn into it. And when we're shooed away, you're like, why are you wanting me to stop from everything? Why are you making my life hard? Why are you being so hard on me? Why can't you just let me burn? That's how we see it, because we're so deluded by what we think is the priority. And on that day, when everything is flipped upside down, the sky is flipped upside down, the graves are flipped upside down, the ocean is flipped upside down, that's the one thing that will be flipped the right side up is our thinking. Right now, everything is in order and our thinking is upside down. And on Judgment Day, everything will be upside down and our thinking will be reoriented correctly. Now I know what the real priorities were. What did I make priority? What did I put on the side? Another way you can think about it is when Judgment Day comes and you realize what your priorities were and what they should have been, what came forward, what went in the back seat, how you easily forgot who your Rabb is, so easily you let go. It makes sense at that time to talk to yourself and say, you forgetful creature. Ma gharraka bi rabbika al-kareem. Ma is a question word. What in the world deceived you? What in the world gave you false hopes? When it came to your gracious master, bi rabbika al-kareem. This question is one of the most hard-hitting and heart-penetrating questions in the Quran. Ya ayyuhal insan, ma gharraka bi rabbika al-kareem. Like, if you don't memorize a lot of Quran or you don't know a lot of Quran, if you want to just write something on your fridge and just think about it every day, put this one on the fridge. Ya ayyuhal insan, ma gharraka bi rabbika al-kareem. Let's dig into what these words are. Gharra in Arabic, I translate it as deceived. Ibn Ashur in his tafsir says, Al-itma'u bima yatawahhamuhu al-maghrur naf'an wa huwa dar. He says, when a person puts their hopes and their thoughts into something that they're deceived by, thinking that it will bring good to them, they'll feel good because of it. They'll be okay because of it. They'll be safer because of it. They'll be happy because of it. They'll be at peace because of it. And all of that's wrong. It's actually harmful. They are convinced that it's all the good things they want. They're convinced themselves of that. But it's actually harmful. That's ghurur. What does that word tell you? That there are lots of things in life that are very attractive, that we want, that our heart feels towards. But our heart is lying to us. Our heart doesn't have information. Our heart has feelings. It doesn't have reality. It just says wahm. So our heart needs guidance because our heart is blind. It just sees something it wants, it's drawn towards it. It sees something else it wants, it's drawn toward that. It's the longing inside it. What it's missing, it wants to fill it. And Allah, from His revelation, gives vision to this heart. It lets it see. It lets it think. It lets it think. Know what you want. Your feeling is good, but the direction you're putting it in is not good. Your feeling is something I put in you. The thing you want, you're supposed to want it. But the way you're going about it, you're deluding yourself that that's going to bring you peace. And the way He wants you to do it is the way He spelled things out. This is the halal way. This is the way to avoid haram. And when He wants us to avoid haram, it's only because we're going to hurt ourselves if we go the haram way. Not anybody else. Or the first victim of it is going to be ourselves. It's going to be me. Not nobody else. First and foremost, it's going to be me. And you know what? Shaitan comes and says, why are you being so hard on yourself? Why are you being so strict? Why are you being so Islamic? Why do you have to do that? And Allah is responding in this question, not even Allah, I'm going to be saying this to myself on Judgment Day. Ya Allah, you gave me the right priorities. You gave me what should be put later. And I didn't listen to you because I kept forgetting who you really are. First of all, I got deceived by the wrong things. And second of all, I forgot who you are to me. Bi Rabbika al-Kareem. What deceived you from your gracious master, your Kareem master? I just assume that Allah will give and Allah will give and Allah will give. He's been taking care of me all this time, so He understands. It's okay. But on that day, I'm not going to be saying Allah understands. On that day, I'm going to be saying, what have I made? I made the wrong priorities. You know, عَلِمَتْ نَفْسٌ مَا قَدَّمَتْ وَأَخَّرَتْ. Human being, what deceived you from your gracious master? And then what's the description of His grace? الَّذِي خَلَقَكَ فَسَوَّاكَ فَعَدَلَكَ فِي أَيِّ صُورَةٍ مَا شَاءَ رَكَّبَكَ. The one who created you, the one who made you balanced so you can walk on 2 feet. He made you able to distinguish between right and wrong. He balanced you as a human being. He made you a thinking creature. He perfected your form, made you balanced and just and fair. And in any shape He wanted, He took you through phases in life. Those were His design. But in all of them, every single time, every phase Allah put you through, every adventure He put you through, every difficulty He put me through, every trial He put me through, every experience He put me through, all the people that came into my life, all the people that left my life, every one of them was Allah taking me through a journey. And in every one of them, I had to see what's my priority and what's not. Sometimes we forget about Allah and a person becomes our priority. Sometimes you forget about Allah, ourselves become a priority. We so easily forget over and over and over again. I used to give this example to explain this because from my teaching background, when I used to teach younger kids, if a teacher comes into the classroom and never disciplines the students, never, just comes into the classroom, some kids writing on the desk, another kid's writing on some other kid's face, some other kids are playing catch with the textbook, another guy's using a pencil for darts, whatever. This is a circus in the classroom. And the teacher just always nice, always joking, always jolly, never disciplining anybody, just gently asking people to calm down. Hey guys, come on, let's do the lesson. And there's some kid dancing on top of the chair, some other kid's doing this or that. Never any punishment, never any discipline. And the teacher is considered really generous. And even the worst students, he talks to them so nicely. The student that's completely ignoring him, hey, Ahmed, could you come here? And Ahmed's still talking. Ahmed says, hold on a second, I'm talking to my friend. Turns to the teacher and says, hold on, teacher, I see what you're saying, but wait, listen, I'm describing my video game progress right now. Can you hold on a second? And he continues. What should a teacher do usually by that time? By that time, you're the next animal to be sacrificed for Eid. But no, this teacher's, okay, why don't you finish your conversation? But I'd really appreciate it if you paid attention. This is math class after all. Could you please? No, I understand it's math class. I get it. Can you not be so annoying though? If a student's acting that way, and the teacher is just being gracious and generous and noble you know what happens when you act like that? And people start walking all over you, don't they? This teacher is just getting walked all over him, even by kids. And if he keeps this up, then the students feel like there are no consequences for their behavior, for their disrespectful attitude, for their dismissal of the teacher's instructions. None of what he says has any value because he is so kind, because he's so nice. There's another teacher who's an authoritarian. The moment you even see them coming down the hallway, you are sitting straight in your chair like the Jama'ah Salah started and you're standing, not even looking around. Because there's a different attitude. When someone's authoritarian, You get shivers up your spine. There's a different attitude. But when that teacher's gone and the other teacher's come, oh, now I can relax because he's Kareem. You know what Allah is saying in this ayah? Allah has been Kareem to you. Do you think that means you get to act like that? I've been Kareem to you your whole life, whether you obeyed me or disobeyed me. Did you start thinking because I'm so Kareem to you that there are no consequences? Didn't I gently and lovingly tell you there are consequences? Didn't Allah teach you? Didn't Allah teach me what is right and wrong and what the result, what the price is for each? Didn't He tell me what Judgment Day is? Didn't He tell me the ocean is going to boil over and the stars are going to flip? The sky's going to tear open and graves are going to get Didn't He tell me all of this? And He told me with so much generosity. He didn't shake me up and say it. But a time will come when that happens, then Ya ayyuhal insan, human, what has deceived you? What deceived you? When you say what deceived you, gharraka, past tense, gharra like nasara, past tense. You know, when it's past tense like that, you know what? It's too late already. But we're not reading this on Judgment Day. We're reading this right now. We're listening to this right now. So Allah has given us a scene of the future that's going to happen, but He allowed us to know about it right now. So if you had a vision of the future, that a day is coming where I will realize what my priorities were supposed to be, and I didn't make the right choices, and then I'm going to be told, what deceived you from your gracious Master? And then I wake up and realize it hasn't happened yet. I'm here. I'm right now. I'm not on Judgment Day. Then you know what? Then this question becomes about, what did you allow to deceive yourself all up until now? Was it people in your life? Was it yourself? Was it your own greed? Was it your own selfishness? Was it the lies you tell yourself? What was it inside you? Was it a darkness inside you? What was it that has deceived you so far? Whatever it was can't be worth it anymore.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. If you enjoyed this video, please do share it with friends and family. If you want to see more videos from this series, click on the box at the top. If you want to see other videos, click on the box at the bottom. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thanks.